Good eating.
That's hungry, man. Dinner's an entree.
Do you remember the days when Spam casserole, Jell-O salads, and TV dinners were the ultimate comfort food? Well, you might be surprised to learn that these dishes are still around, and some people still love them. In this video, we'll take a trip down memory lane and explore the top 10 outdated golden era meals that you may or may not still crave. Hey folks, welcome to American Vintage Tales, where we dive into the nostalgia and history of the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. In this video, we'll look at the food history of the Golden Age, and how some of the most popular dishes from that time have survived or faded away. Whether you're a foodie, a history buff, or just curious, you'll definitely enjoy this video. So, make sure to watch till the end, because we have a special bonus for you. Let's start with number 10, Spam casserole. Spam is a canned meat product that was introduced in 1937 and became a staple during World War II, when fresh meat was scarce. Spam casserole was a popular dish in the 1950s, as it was easy to make and cheap to buy. It usually consisted of spam, cheese, noodles, cream of mushroom soup, and breadcrumbs. Spam is still widely consumed in some parts of the world, such as Hawaii, where it is considered a delicacy.
Magic.
Personally, I'm not a fan of Spam, but I can see why some people might like it. What about you? Okay, well, perhaps you're tired of Spam casserole. Another easy and versatile meal is the meatloaf. Again, it was cheap, big enough for a hungry family of 4 who wanted second-day leftovers as well. The classic meatloaf could be served on its own or covered in ketchup. Moving on to number 9, JellO Salads. JellO salads are gelatin-based dishes that can be sweet or savory, and often contain fruits, vegetables, nuts, or whipped cream. They were invented in the early 1900s, but became very popular in the 1950s and 1960s, as they were colorful, versatile, and easy to prepare. These salads look like cake made with shredded carrot, celery, cabbage, and pepper, plus vinegar, was common. In the 1950s, people really liked using vinegar. If you found the usual salad too plain, there were options like shrimp salad, chili, or tuna salad, all set in Jell-O. The odd part was mixing fish with sweet Jell-O, especially lime flavor, which was a hit in America. This lime Jell-O ended up in savory dishes, including a lime cheese salad. For those wanting something a bit more special, a jellied tomato dish was an option for dinner parties. It was often presented in a fancy glass with a slice of green pepper on the side. If you're over Jell-O, this might sound familiar. Personally, I think Jell-O salads are too weird and wobbly, but I can appreciate their creativity. What about you? Do you still crave Jell-O salads? Let me know in the comments below. Moving on to number 8, TV dinners. TV dinners are frozen meals that are pre-cooked and packaged in individual trays and can be heated up in the oven or the microwave. They were introduced in 1953 and became very popular in the 1950s and 1960s as they were convenient, affordable, and matched the rise of television culture. Some of the most common varieties were turkey, chicken, beef, and Salisbury steak, with mashed potatoes, corn, and peas. TV dinners were originally called strato plates and were inspired by the meals served on airplanes. Personally, I think TV dinners are too bland and processed, but I can understand their appeal. What about you? Do you still crave TV dinners? Let me know in the comments below. Moving on to number 7, Lobster Newberg. Lobster Newberg is a rich and creamy dish that was invented in 1876 by a sea captain named Ben Wenberg, who brought it to a restaurant in New York. It was originally called Lobster Wenberg, but after a dispute with the restaurant owner, the name was changed to Lobster Newberg. It consists of lobster meat, cooked in butter, cream, sherry, and eggs, and served over toast or rice. Lobster Newberg was one of the most expensive and luxurious dishes of the Golden Era, and was often served at special occasions or high-end restaurants. Personally, I think Lobster Newberg is too decadent and heavy, but I can see why some people might love it. What about you? Do you still crave Lobster Newberg? Moving on to number 6, Tuna Noodle Casserole. Tuna Noodle Casserole is a simple and comforting dish that was created in the 1930s and became very popular in the 1950s and 60s as it was cheap, filling, and easy to make. It consists of canned tuna, egg noodles, cream of mushroom soup, and cheese, and is often topped with breadcrumbs or potato chips. Tuna Noodle Casserole was one of the first recipes to use canned soup as a sauce, and was promoted by Campbell's as a way to use up leftovers. Personally, I think tuna noodle casserole is too mushy and salty. Moving on to number 5, chipped beef on toast. Chipped beef on toast is a dish that consists of thin slices of dried beef, cooked in a white sauce, and served over toast. It was invented in the late 1800s and became very popular in the 1950s and 1960s, especially among military personnel, as it was cheap, easy, and filling. It was also known by various nicknames, such as SOS, shit on a shingle, or stew on a shingle. Chipped beef on toast was one of the most hated dishes in the US Army, and was often served as a punishment or a joke. Personally, I think chipped beef on toast is too dry and bland. What about you? Do you still crave chipped beef on toast? Moving on to number 4, candied sweet potatoes. Candied sweet potatoes are a dish that consists of sweet potatoes cooked in butter, brown sugar, and spices, and often topped with marshmallows. Candied sweet potatoes, also known as candied yams, even though they are not related to the true yam. Candied sweet potatoes have been a beloved staple for generations, especially during holiday meals like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Candied sweet potatoes were one of the first dishes to use marshmallows as a topping and were promoted by the Angelus Marshmallow Company as a way to sell more of their product. Personally, I think candied sweet potatoes are too sweet and sticky. Do you still crave candied sweet potatoes? Moving on to number 3, liver and onions. Liver and onions is a dish that consists of sliced beef or calf liver, cooked in butter or oil, and served with sauteed onions. It was nutritious, inexpensive, and easy to prepare. It was also considered a delicacy in some cultures, such as Jewish and British. Liver and onions was one of the most hated dishes by children, and was often forced by parents as a way to improve their health. Personally, I think liver and onions is too strong and bitter. What about you? Do you still crave liver and onions? Moving on to number 2, pineapple ham loaf. Pineapple ham loaf is a dish that consists of ground ham, breadcrumbs, eggs, milk, and seasonings, shaped into a loaf and baked with pineapple slices and brown sugar. It was a way to use up leftover ham and add some sweetness and flavor to it. It was also a common dish in church potlucks and family gatherings. Pineapple ham loaf was one of the first dishes to use canned pineapple, and was promoted by the Dole Company as a way to introduce their product to the American market. And finally, number 1, turkey tetrazzini. Turkey tetrazzini is a dish that consists of cooked turkey, spaghetti, mushrooms, cream of mushroom soup, cheese, and sherry, baked in a casserole dish. It was also named after the famous Italian opera singer Luisa Tetrazini, who allegedly loved this dish. Turkey tetrazzini was one of the most iconic dishes of the Golden Era, and was featured in many movies, TV shows, and books. Do you still crave turkey tetrazzini? But wait, there's more. As a bonus, I want to share with you a recipe for one of these dishes, so you can try it at home and see for yourself how it tastes. That's right, Lobster Newberg, which was number 4 on our list. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new and interesting. If you did, please donate us a thumbs up and send us donations by sharing it with your friends and family. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to American Vintage Tales and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. We have a lot of amazing content coming your way, so stay tuned. And if you want to watch more videos like this one, check out this playlist right here, where we explore more nostalgia and history from the 20th century. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.